Hey everyone, welcome back to Will's Bills Fam, coming to you live with another quick update on our giant turd of a house. But before we get into that, we'd love if you hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment. To be honest, pretty much all of our self-worth and general happiness in life depends on
how many likes we get on a video. So, I mean, really, if you have any decency at all as a human being, or care about us, or care about morality in any way, hit that like button. Okay, we need it.
Yeah, so we don't love the color of our house. It really comes across like a poop smear, or just a very poopy looking color. And the problem was, well, it really comes from Nevada, Las Vegas, and how they do things. All these neighborhoods are basically going to look the same. They're going to be stucco. It's going to be a certain color palette, and everything is going to be sort of methodically laid out within the neighborhood so that you don't have anything that sticks out. You don't have two of the same house that are the same color next to each other. And for us, you know, the guy at the end of the street picked the color and type of elevation for their house, and then as you go down, your selections are limited based on what the house next to you has and across from you and that sort of thing. So we had two choices of elevation by the time we got our house. I can't remember what they were, but basically we ended up with the most plain looking house, and in our opinion the worst color. So we could have got one of these beige or gray or slate looking colors, or we could have had some stone on the front, but we basically got this poop smear. And I don't know, it's fine. It's gonna be fine, because in the end we're gonna have some nice shrubs. We'll have a great looking driveway. There's gonna be some lighting and stuff, and once it's finished, it won't look that bad. It'll blend in with the rest of Las Vegas, really, because all the neighborhoods are like this. So I think we're gonna get over it real quick. It's just interesting to see it now that it's complete, and it is what it is. So we'll go inside and see what else is new. Another update is we finally know what our wall is gonna look like to close up this hole. I've been asking since we first signed the purchase agreement on this home what that's gonna look like, and we finally got our answer. And it was interesting because we were shown the plans that were approved by the city or whatever, and it was just a straight line from this corner to that one. And then they said, oh hey, here's the plans, that's what it's going to look like, and we're going to lay it out next week so you can kind of see. And so we came over, they did lay it out, but it's not a straight line, it's this curved one. I don't know how they decided on that, or if there's a certain reason for it, but essentially we have this angled wall to close up this gap, so you can see what that's going to look like now.
Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
As you approach our house, you're gonna see a wall here that's gonna completely cover the backyard, and then you'll have this entrance, this gate door. I think it's a gate, but this is how you're gonna come in. One idea we have is to build a wall from this pillar straight down this way, and then bring it in to right here. And what that'll do is make it uniform with the rest of the neighborhood, because that's how it is. When you walk through that, this wall right here is what separates your property from the other one over, and you can't see any of their property. For us, obviously we don't have a neighbor, so if you came in like that, you would see all of our yard. And we thought, you know, maybe we make it to where if you're coming in, like you're the Amazon guy or something, when you come in, all you have access to is this front door, and you don't see any of our yard. And the only way to see our yard or gain access to it is through the back door. And I think I like that better, just for the privacy, and it'll have a little more of an effect for people that walk out in the backyard. It's a better reveal. So yeah, we're looking into that, but that'll be up to us to do after we close on the home and figure out who's going to do our landscaping and everything else. It looks like the Bobcat's been out here. They scraped this out. I imagine they got to pour a pad for the AC units and stuff, so that's interesting to start seeing. And then it looks like they're doing some cleanup, which is cool. The only other thing new as of late is they've added insulation throughout the house, which really gives it a quiet, closed-in feel. I don't know what else to say about it. You see what it is. And then over here, we've been talking a lot about this room. This is the guest room downstairs, and unlike our last house, we really don't have any sort of bonus room that we can use for the many things that we are constantly dreaming up. Last house, we had an extra room to do a music room, and there was a homeschool room and all these different things, but this house, we don't really have that, and we don't want to take this away as a guest room. So what we've been talking about is getting a Murphy bed, and basically right here would be a queen-size Murphy bed. There would be a couch in front of it, and then a hutch on either side with shelving and cabinets. And there's a couple companies that will sell you one of these products, but what's cool is the couch is integrated into the Murphy bed system. So you just pull the cushions off, lay them on the ground, and then you pull your bed down, which goes over the couch. And there's two drawers that pull out that become your nightstand, and it's just a really cool way to have a bed but also have a seating area and a really nice backdrop for what we want to turn into a studio for doing YouTube videos. And Crystal started doing bass videos and TikTok dance videos with Emery and stuff, which have been really cool. But it's nice to have a dedicated spot. You can set up your camera and just be able to go in the room, turn it on, and start doing your video. So that Murphy bed thing will serve as a nice backdrop for that, and it'll easily turn into a guest room if and when we ever have guests over, which I don't think we will, because I mean, who likes to have Anyway, found this tool. Looks like a shank. I mean, it looks really homemade, but I think it's for cutting the insulation. You know, they cut the strips, then they stuff it in there. What am I talking about? All right, another notable feature this way. There's a hole in the floor. I'm not too concerned about this. It was a bit of a shock when we first saw it, but they test the plumbing before they close everything up, and obviously they found a leak. They punched a hole in the floor and dug it out, fixed the leak, and have started to close it in. So this just means they did a good job checking for leaks and doing what it took to fix it. You're never gonna see it. It's gonna be under the floor. So I'll get there, and then I think we mentioned this in another video, but this internet port was located over here, and we asked them to move it right next to this thing because we're going to plug in a Sonos speaker into this outlet and plug it in the internet here, and we wanted all that to be behind the speaker. So they got that done. As far as the aligning of the lights, that side looks pretty good. This one, it's a little wonky, so I might have to come down after hours and fix that myself.
Good cook.
It's on your face.
It's good cook.
This is pretty cool. They've started to bring some sand back. I guess that's what the Bobcat was doing. He's bringing sand back, and what they're going to do is lay our patio bricks down. So I think in another week or so we'll have an actual brick patio out there, which is great. So one of the options we paid for, which I think was around $800 or something, was better sound insulation around the master bedroom to mainly protect against the washer and dryer. But you can see they've put it over here as well, so I think the master bedroom is going to end up being nice and quiet, and that's great. We noticed out here that they started to put up all the walls in between the homes. And it's good to see because for the most part, the only neighbors that we can really see is the one right next to us, maybe the one after that. But beyond that, it gets more and more difficult to see what people are doing in their backyard. And not that we're going to be just hanging out watching while we're up here, but we love the privacy that Las Vegas integrates into their neighborhoods with these brick walls. So yeah, that's good to see. Another exciting thing is we had one of the couches show up today that we bought from
Living Spaces.
Living Spaces. And it's basically this big poofy couch that is going to go all the way down this wall, all the way across, and then all the way up to that door. It's going to take up the entire family room area, and that's just is going to sit in storage until we're ready to move in. But one of the things that is good about the house not being done for a while is that we've been able to go shop for furniture that is taking anywhere from a month to 3 months to be available. So it'll at least be nice that we don't have to move in and wait for couches or anything else for months on end, which would have been really lame. So that's one, I guess, good thing about the delays that are happening. As far as updates on timeline, we still have nothing. They were saying they might try to drywall at the end of this month, which is, it's the 20th today. But the last update we got, they said they still don't have a drywall crew. I guess drywall crews are just walking off. No idea what the story is. They're not giving us any detail on that. But they said we don't have a date yet for your drywall, which tells me they don't have a crew. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how that's going to go down, but with interest rates going up, we're kind of just in that spot of whatever. If we end up paying 7% in interest, what can you do? We're going to refinance in a year and drop it down, but we're just taking that hands-off approach at this point. Nothing we can do about the house getting done or interest rates going up. We just don't care anymore. So with that, I hope you hit the like button, because if you didn't, we're probably going to fall into a deep state of depression and never put out another video ever again. We'll see you in the next one.